Hey traders, John Howell here. It is Sunday afternoon for me right now, and I am just going through a bunch of screenshots. One of the best things that I do that's really helped me when it comes to my personal trading um, is learning the identification of the different patterns that when they do come around in the markets, how to identify the patterns that are likely to do really well, right? And I was actually talking about that with my private clients today. And because I have a small group of private clients, it's actually closed right now, so no one can get access to it. But um, I was talking to them about like trading is not about being lucky on one trade, right? Just say, for example, you guys got in Bitcoin. Just say you got into Bitcoin 2 years ago, and you're enjoying this big spike up this last couple of years, right? Ooh, look at that. Um, one of the things that I do say is that, let's do this here. One of the things that I do say when it comes to uh, like getting ahead in the markets, right? What I really want for you is I don't want you to be lucky on one trade. Just say you make a lot of, just say you're in Bitcoin right now, right? Ooh, look at my hair. Anyway, just say you're on Bitcoin right now, or you're on any of the cryptocurrencies right now, okay? And just say you make a lot of money right now on one trade. What I've been all about me as a coach and even a trader myself is that I want to be able to have systems and patterns that I know that work for a long, long, long time. Like, for example, we were actually going back through trades that I took back in 2017, 2018. Like you want to be able to have something like that that you can rely on for the rest of your life, and one of the things that I've noticed is that the more experience that I've gotten with my own personal trading, the more that I've removed a lot of the indicators. You probably notice when I do my market updates on YouTube that I only really have like one moving average there, or maybe a couple of different moving averages. But the main thing I'm looking at is what the chart, and you'll notice that a lot of really successful traders that do really well, they don't actually have a lot of indicators on the charts. But the thing that I really wanted to, so that's the first thing I want to sort of encourage you that go down the path of don't have a lot of indicators, because like I was speaking with someone just recently, and they were saying that they know someone who did my coaching program a few years ago, but they've taken my coaching program and they've added all these other different indicators involved with it, right? And one of the things is that because they've added all these different indicators, that they're now confusing, right? I want you to think about this from a logical point of view, that you got a 50-50 chance of being right, right? But and so that's a 50-50 chance. But if we can then start to overlay some things like, and you probably notice very big, watching my stuff, I'm very big on just understanding where's the trend, where's the overall, because the trend is momentum, right? The trend is where is the overall momentum. And if we understand where the overall momentum is, if I can try to find some good times to get in on that overall momentum, that's where it's going to be a good chance, right? And understanding how the market flows and so on and so forth. So I want to really encourage you that if you're not doing well in your own personal trading, one of the biggest mistakes that I find that a lot of traders make is that they don't really have any concrete plan of what they're trying to do. They're just trying to make money. And that's what I was saying with my private clients today, that like my job is not to just teach. My job is not to teach you how to get lucky. My job is to be able to give you a system, a process, and setups that you can go over again and again and again and again, and you know inside yourself that when this setup appears, not only A, does it have a good chance of actually making a profit, but B, it has a chance of making a really good profit, right? And just being able to identify those patterns in the markets, right? Um, and I said to him, and that's obviously the training, right? That's obviously the training going through there. And so that's what I was saying with my private clients today, and like with you guys, right? Like, I don't want you to make a lot of money on one lucky thing, right? Again, just say for example you got lucky and maybe you bought Bitcoin at the start of this year, or what's happening with the cryptocurrencies, right? Maybe you bought XRP or whatever, right? I'm not having a go against cryptocurrencies here, but what I'm saying is that okay, let's just say for example XRP and Ethereum and Bitcoin they're going to the moon right now, right? I have nothing against cryptocurrencies. I trade the cryptocurrencies, right? I trade all markets because the way that I trade, my system that I trade, it works on all markets and all time frames. So I have nothing against cryptocurrencies. What I say to you guys is, let's say, for example, over the next 12 months, you make $1 million, right? You make $1 million, XRP, Bitcoin to the moon. You make $1 million and you sell it and you make $1 million. Fantastic, right? You spent all that time riding a massive big bull market, jumping on a very lucky big bull market, and now you got $1 million. And it's December 2025. What are you going to do in 2026 to go repeat the process? 2027, 2028, 29, 30, and for the rest of your life. What are you going to do to go make sure you can go then keep repeating that to make a good income throughout the year, right? Or make good money from trading? You can't, right? And so I have nothing against the cryptocurrencies, right? And the Bitcoin boom and all that sort of stuff. What I want for you is that I want you to be able to go through a proper process where you got some good foundations, good setups, and really be able to rely on that and be able to have setups that just never change. Like the way that I trade, it never changes. Bull markets, bear markets, whatever. And I want you to be able to, and that's what I was saying when we sold, and even my private clients, right? Right. So many people are fearful, like you, so many people go down the place of being fearful about trading the markets. But I said to one of my clients' names, Des, I said, Des, the setup that we're going through right now, as you know, when you start to become really confident, when you see this setup in the market, it's not that I'm fearful of having a loss in this trade. It's like I'd have to be a complete idiot not to take this trade, right? Because you've gone down the process of understanding the setup and seeing the setup work so many times. So I really want to encourage you, two things for this video. I really want to encourage you. That's really, again, this just helped me. You guys can say whatever different again, but I'm about long-term sustainable success for you guys for the next 10, 20, 30 years, right? Not just about being lucky and then suddenly, you make a lot of money now, but what happens in 3 years time frame when you blow it up, because then your ego is involved, right? And so the first thing I do say is that just understand that that's what trading really is all about. And the second thing I want to say was about the indicators, right? Like I find that the more time we can just rely on what the market is telling us, the chart, which simply is just what's the trend doing and stuff like that, like you see in some of my updates, the better we can start to understand what's really going on. And like, for example, right now, the Russell and the Dow almost about to break up to an all-time new high again. Why is that? Just by understanding simple trend analysis and removing all the clutter, you would know that this has been in a very big, strong upward trend, and trying to go short this market right now would be very risky. But no doubt there's been indicators oversold and, or overbought, right? And then, oh my goodness, everything's overbought. I'm sure it's going to drop a lot more, and it's turning up and you're not sure why it's turning up. There's a lot of confusion there, right? So I've just learned in the last 20 years that there is a handful of things that really make a big difference to your trading. And if you, with my market updates, you can see I only really have one, maybe a couple of different moving averages, but really only one moving average on the chart, because it's the chart that's the main thing. And if we can read the chart, which is what I teach on my YouTube channel, right? The flow of the markets, and stuff like that. And then understanding the type of patterns that are likely to do really well. And that does take time, right? It's not like, oh, John, just teach me now. It's not that. It takes a bit of time, right? You need proper study and proper guidance to actually learn the setup, understand the setup, be disciplined with the setup, and so on and so forth. So with you guys that are really striving to be good at trading, this is just my opinion that's really helped me. One, just have just a few different main type of patterns that are likely to do really well, that have a high probability. Secondly, just figure out exactly what they are and take 1,000 screenshots of that one setup across all different markets so you can build your confidence. And then thirdly, just make sure you're setting up your foundation, because if you want to make really good money for a long time, it's never about it's not about being lucky in a bull market. It's all about having a good, proper process and a proper system.